In the quiet suburban enclave of Harmony Hills, the sun always seemed to shine a little brighter, the lawns a little greener, and the houses a little tidier than anywhere else. At first glance, it was the picture-perfect American neighborhood, children riding bikes, neighbors waving over picket fences, and flower beds blooming in synchronized splendor. But beneath the polished surface simmered a story that would captivate the town for years: the rise, fall, and unexpected redemption of the Harmony Hills Homeowners Association. It all began when Margaret Ellison, a retired school principal with a penchant for order, was elected HOA president. Margaret wasn't just strict, she was a force of nature. Armed with a 47-page rulebook she'd spent years perfecting, she set out to transform Harmony Hills into her vision of utopia. Lawns could be no taller than 2.5 inches, garbage cans had to vanish by 7 a.m., and holiday decorations were limited to a tasteful 10-day window. Residents grumbled, but most complied. After all, property values were soaring, and who could argue with that? The trouble started with Jake Russo, a laid-back mechanic who'd moved into Harmony Hills seeking a fresh start. Jake's vintage motorcycle, lovingly parked in his driveway, became Margaret's first target. No unsightly vehicles, she declared, citing Rule 14b. Jake, unimpressed, ignored the fines piling up on his doorstep. Soon, his defiance sparked a rebellion. Neighbors began testing the limits. Mrs. Carter painted her mailbox a scandalous shade of purple, and young Timingwin flew a pirate flag from his treehouse. Harmony Hills was unraveling, and Margaret was furious. The tipping point came at the annual HOA meeting. Margaret, clutching her gavel like a scepter, faced a room of fed-up residents. Jake stood up, his voice steady but firm. "We're not your students, Margaret. This is our home, not your classroom." The room erupted in applause. Emboldened, the residents voted to overhaul the HOA, stripping away half the rules and electing Jake as the new president. Margaret stormed out, vowing never to return. For a while, Harmony Hills thrived in its newfound freedom. Lawns grew shaggy, kids built forts in backyards, and the neighborhood buzzed with life. But freedom came with a cost. Without structure, trash piled up, weeds overtook gardens, and property values dipped. Whispers of regret began to circulate. Had they gone too far? Then, something unexpected happened. Margaret reappeared, not with a rulebook, but with an olive branch. She'd spent her exile reflecting and approached Jake with a proposal, a simpler, fairer HOA that balanced freedom and order. Together, they crafted a new charter, 5 rules instead of 47, focused on community rather than control. Residents were skeptical, but at the next meeting, Margaret apologized. "I wanted perfection," she said, "but I forgot about people." The room was silent, then erupted in cheers. Today, Harmony Hills is neither a utopia nor a free-for-all. It's a neighborhood where Jake's motorcycle gleams proudly, Mrs. Carter's purple mailbox stands tall, and Margaret tends a community garden she started with the kids. The HOA. It's still there, quietly keeping the peace, a reminder that even in the smallest corners of suburbia, power can shift, rebellions can rise, and redemption can bloom.